I think I'm a special one.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
All right, back with another episode 7. What's up, Chad?
What's up, Andrew?
Ready to get rolling?
Yeah, let's talk some Champions League.
Yep.
Some other news, and then we got a little topic at the end.
Yep. So we're filming different time. We're filming on a Sunday today. So last round of Champions League quarterfinals finished yesterday. So we wanted to be able to review those games, kind of preview the semifinal games, but also give you topics where if you're listening after the semifinal games, you could still listen to this and get our takes. It's not something that's gonna, get old. So we'll give you like some good takes there. So let's start off. What are we wearing?
So I'm wearing a Barcelona jersey that I got a year ago at some random soccer shop. It's a Barcelona Iniesta jersey. It's pretty tough.
It doesn't look like they wore that in a game. Was it used for
It
like?
just looks like a fake jersey.
Yeah, maybe like it looks like a training jersey, but why would they have 8 Iniesta on it?
It's I like the shoulders.
Yeah.
Like with the design on the shoulders.
Yeah, that's tough.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if you could see, I'm wearing a DC United Wayne Rooney jersey. So it's not a jersey, it's like a shirt, t-shirt jersey thing. Me and some of my friends went to a DC United game in 2018. It was like during like the height of the Rooney hype when he was like really playing well, just came over from England, and we thought it'd be funny if we all just bought Wayne Rooney jersey. So it's just like 4 or 5 guys just sitting there in Wayne Rooney shirts. So I just have it. It's pretty cool. I mean, he was only in MLS for like.
Is that when you met Alexi Laws?
No, different time. That was at a
same
US
place
game.
though, right?
Yeah, we were at Audi Field. Great stadium.
Yeah.
But yeah, I barely ever wear this, so.
Nice.
So episode 6, we talked about. We should talk about the results of that poll.
So we posted our teams and our tactics onto our Instagram and Twitter page. People voted on Instagram on our story. So I technically won. I had 2 more votes, but we're going to count it as a tie because on the podcast Instagram page voted for me because I was on it. I voted for myself. And a spam account voted for me. So really we had the same amount of votes because I had 2 more than you.
So I was wondering if people actually read the tactics or they just looked at the teams as a whole.
Yeah.
I don't think some people quite understood what we were going for. Clearly didn't listen to the podcast. Because one of my friends hit me up and was like, hey, you didn't pick Pulisic. Well, it's not my best 11. Of course I would have picked Pulisic. It was just a draft going back and forth. So listen to that.
Keyword is draft.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. We just go back and forth. I mean, in the future, we hope to do more of those. I think it's cool because you kind of get an instant reaction. And, like, in your head, and what we're saying is, does this guy fit into my team? Like, what attributes of this guy? So, yeah, I had a few shaky picks. Maybe I would have redone some. But in the moment, I was picking a team for that exact style that I want to play.
Just saying, if we were to play with these teams in FIFA, like, 3 or 4 of your players wouldn't even be in the game.
Okay. But, like, your guys would just be pacey. Just a pace abuser.
No, I don't. Oh, yeah. You're right.
Areola.
Robinson.
Yeah, Robinson.
Pulisic. All right.
All
Well,
right.
we tied. So
Yeah.
we're both 0-1 in the draft. Right? Tie goes at the
Yeah.
end.
We picked up a point. Crucial point.
Yeah. So we both have a point. Okay. Other news. Our indoor team
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
won the championship.
Yeah.
Made
Shout out to our indoor team.
Made the playoffs as a 7 seed. True Cinderella story.
Yeah.
And ended up winning in the 2nd division. So a big win for the boys. Shout out the boys. Got a big trophy for that and some medals. But you were not there at the game.
Yeah, I wasn't there, but you guys brought it home. So
Yeah, you didn't get a medal. So
Yeah,
I don't know if it actually counts for you. But I got the medal. So
I'll just call myself a semifinalist. Or final. Well, I was there for the semifinal. We won that, so I'll call myself a finalist.
Yeah. Okay. Let's say that then.
All right. So you want to talk Champions League?
Yeah. Let's start with some Champions League. What was the first game? PSG Atalanta. That was the first one.
Yep.
What a crazy game that was.
Yeah.
What a crazy 4 games though.
They were all entertaining.
Oh my gosh. This round of the Champions League is always crazy though.
Mm-hmm.
So PSG won 2-1 against Atalanta. Atalanta scored first, and then PSG scored 2 super late goals.
Yeah, they're probably a few minutes apart.
Yeah, I think it was like 90th and 93rd, maybe. I don't know. I could be wrong, but super late goals.
I mean,
no one really thought. No, people were really picking Atlanta to go through.
yeah, I honestly had a bet on them as a long shot to win the Champions League because at the break they were already through to the next round. PSG, they were coming off. The French league hasn't played, so they weren't sharp. So I mean, they played a few friendlies. Mbappe wasn't fully fit; he hurt his ankle, but he ended up coming off the bench. So it was all kind of set up. They did have a 1-goal lead, like pretty late in the game. I thought they just kind of got casual with it towards like the 60th minute. They were just like went to like grinding out the game instead of just trying to like play a little bit. Like
I feel like they kind of went away from their tactics, high pressing, like doing what they normally do. Instead, they just tried to sit behind the ball and just hope that the game ends soon. Really.
I mean, Neymar, he missed a few early chances, but he was dangerous all game. He just picks up the ball, runs at 1 or 2 guys, like beats him with ease. Honestly.
See the one where he megged the guy?
Yeah, it was like starting
in
on
the
left.
middle of the field.
Yeah.
So I saw a stat that Neymar had 16 completed dribbles, which is like the most ever in a Champions League game.
That's crazy.
The second most was Messi and like maybe Martins or something had 11.
Yeah, well,
in a game, I don't know. Maybe
what I was
just this
thinking,
season.
Neymar picks up the ball, and it's almost like you can't really defend him one-on-one. You basically have to force him to other defenders. So it's like they basically force him to the inside, hoping like 1 or 2 guys step up and like kind of mess up his like rhythm. But if he gets going at you, like you're not going to stop him. And then he had the second assist, right? So he passed the ball to Mbappe that led to the game winner late in the game. What a ball from
I think
him.
he got a credit with the assist on the first goal. It came to him, he settled it.
Oh, it
I
was
think he was
basically
shooting. But
yeah, it basically was like a flub shot.
I don't know if he got the assist, but he was involved in both of those goals.
Yeah, and Mbappe comes on, just changes the game. Like I was saying when I was watching, like you need like a 2-second head start against Mbappe, or else he's through. If he starts wide and someone picks up their head and tries to play him a through ball, he's going to be there. Like, just stay on sides. He has the quicker first step. He's going to beat every player.
Yeah, which makes him like
I love
crazy.
that guy.
Who would have thought Choupo-Moting would be the guy to send PSG to the semifinals of the Champions League?
They didn't even have like their full squad. Di Maria was out.
Di Maria was suspended.
A few other guys. Thiago Silva was a tank. He's just rock solid in the back.
There was a few other guys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Verratti played.
No, he didn't play either. Just weird. And they still like grinded it out, really.
Yeah.
So they'll play in the next round. They'll play RB Leipzig. Can we get to that game?
Yep. RB versus Atletico. Everyone was picking up Atletico. No one was like, no Werner. Like Leipzig's. I mean, yeah, Leipzig's getting out, but the American Tyler Adams comes in the clutch.
On my team, by the way.
Yeah. He scores a goal. Took a little deflection. But he said on Instagram later, he was like, deflections still count, right? But
yeah, so it was 1-0 Leipzig. Atletico scored a penalty. I think João Felix earned and took the penalty.
yeah.
Scored it with, 10 minutes left maybe? And then with, 5 or 6 minutes left.
80th minute.
88th minute?
Yeah.
I forget who played the ball. It was like outside the football to the left corner. Angelino cuts it back. And when I saw the cutback, I was like, wow, he must see somebody making that run.
Yeah.
Because he was a really good cross. Tyler Adams just comes out of nowhere, a late run, like towards the box. I think he hits it first time.
Oh, man.
Takes a deflection, and he scored. I mean, it still takes skill to be able to put that like on frame, like keep it low, like make the run to get there. Sometimes you need luck, but I was disappointed when he didn't start. But the way they press and stuff, they'll need players off the bench to make an impact. So
yeah,
that was pretty cool. And I was listening to Sirius XM FC, the soccer channel on the radio, and Tony Miola was on, and he was saying, "Is this the biggest goal an American's ever scored?" What do you think?
I mean, that I remember, like, I don't remember maybe like 10 years ago what happened, but...
Well, people were like, oh, it's bigger than Donovan's goal in the World Cup. Like, you can't really compare World Cup goals to this.
Oh.
This might be the biggest club goal.
Maybe club.
It's the biggest, like, the most on the line. There's never been an American to score to put his team through to the Champions League semifinals.
It's true.
There's some big, like, Dempsey Fulham goals. I don't remember a whole lot of, like, the older guys, but in this era, like, that I remember,
Dempsey scored against Juventus.
Yeah. It was that in the Champions League or Europa League? I think it was Europa League knockout round.
I don't remember. I remember he chipped him, though.
Yeah, he turned and chipped. Oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. You get an American in the Champions League semifinal.
Yeah.
Nuts.
I want to say a few things about that game. I think Tyler Adams came on and played right back.
He did tuck in a little bit, though. But yeah, they use him at right back more than you would think.
I didn't get to watch the second half, but it looked like he came on as a right back. That's why when Angelino cut that ball back, he was kind of like on the right side.
Yeah.
The other thing I want to say is how good João Felix is.
Mm.
Dude, I watched his like all touches video after the game of just that game.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he was so good. Draws the penalty and takes it. Imagine you're like Atletico Madrid. You're trying to go to a semifinals of Champions League, and João Felix, probably the youngest player on their team, is the one to take the PK that tied the game. Like,
he's good.
It's a lot of trust in like that guy, man.
There's always like young players that are so good, and like even if João Felix just flopped, you still be like, all right, that guy has talent, and if it doesn't work out, then that's a shame. But like you know he's good. It's kind of like maybe it's like a signal to Simeone, like, hey, change it up a little bit, because they were always like the grinded out, like super good defensive team, organized, like good in the air, that kind of stuff. But maybe it's time to start getting like some more creative players in there. Like if you have João Felix, like add a possession-based player and like change it up, because they're kind of stuck between that, like, what was it, run in 2014, 15, 16 where they had like really good defenders and like older defensive-minded players, and now like innovate, you know?
Didn't they win the league one year?
Yeah, I think it was 2014.
Forget the year, but
yeah, that was crazy.
Good. It's gonna be crazy to see. Hopefully, Tyler Adams can start in the semifinal game.
Yeah, I'd rather see him at center mid, but I don't think he's gonna play center mid.
Yeah,
I think he's more of a right back in that system. Their manager, what's his name?
Julian Nagelsmann.
Nagelsmann. He's the youngest manager to go this far in the Champions League by like a long shot.
Pretty sure he's only like 32 or something.
Yeah, I think he's 33. The next youngest was like Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola. So, yeah.
Like recently? Or like...
No, like of all time, I think.
Gotcha.
It's crazy. The guy should be a player.
He's probably coaching people that are older than him.
Yeah.
Maybe not in Leipzig because they're all like 22.
Yeah, they are pretty young.
But all right, next game, Bayern versus Barca.
Well, let's. You want to preview PSG Leipzig?
Okay, let's do that then.
So I just think PSG is going to win. I mean, they're just good, kind of finding their form. There's something like, I mean, both teams scored late winners, but there's something about PSG, like when they get flowing, they get out of like their funk. You know what I mean? They found their legs in a real competitive game. If Mbappe's like there to start, like it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, PSG just have too many good players. To beat.
I will say we do got to shout out Leipzig's center back. I always get his name wrong. Upamecano.
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Not Upper Macano.
Yeah, I tried to sound it out one time. It just went terribly. He's good. He was really good. So that'll be a good matchup, but I think PSG win 3-1.
See, it would be hard to predict every score so far in the Champions League, so I don't think it's going to be 3-1. I think it's going to be closer.
Okay.
Maybe like a 2-1.
Wow, you really went out on a limb there.
I said it's closer, so 2-1. So that's my prediction.
All right, next game.
Bayern versus Barca.
Where do we start?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling this podcast. I think I ate too much before.
Oh, I get it. That's the final score. 8-2 much.
Yeah.
I mean, Bayern's the best team in the world right now. Like, pretty clearly. They're literally a machine. Like, in the past few years, like, they're the best team I've seen. That and maybe City a few years ago when they just ran through the Premier League with ease. Like, they're just dominant.
The way Bayern play is literally how soccer should be played.
It's, like, perfect. I don't know.
It's not super tactical. And it's, like, everyone just knows their role, knows what they need to do. And all the players fit in the position that they're playing in.
Yeah, and I was telling Chad when we were watching the game that them doing an inter-squad scrimmage at practice is probably better than playing against Bundesliga teams or most Champions League teams. Like, the squad depth is ridiculous. You could make a full another 11 that is close to a world-class team. Like, they're so good. I mean, you have Kimmich playing right back, who hasn't played there, like, in a while. He normally plays defensive
Most
mid.
of the season he played the center mid.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's just players they have are ridiculous. And you don't, like, necessarily think of those players as, like, the best players in the world.
But they honestly are.
Yeah, they are. Like, we were talking about Serge Gnabry plays left wing. Like, as an out-and-out winger, there's really not many players better than him.
Yeah. There's not too many out-and-out wingers that much anymore. But
I mean, you know my take on Lewandowski. Should have won the Ballon d'Or this year.
just to clear things up with that take with Lewandowski.
I know you're backtracking, huh?
We had that debate maybe at the end of the Bundesliga season. That was before Bayern were getting all this hype and everyone's saying they're the best team in the world and stuff. They're going to win the Champions League.
I was saying that, like, as soon as the Bundesliga, like, restarted.
But that's when people are like, oh, we have a title race. So now they got more hype, and now Lewandowski's getting more hype. And
I don't really know what you're arguing. I just know I was on the Lewandowski bandwagon pretty early. And he's been this good for a while.
Okay. I think 54 goals in 45 games. All right, so I changed it. Lewandowski's better than Ronaldo right now.
It's about time you finally admitted.
I'll admit it.
So
let's talk about about Barcelona.
Well, they tried, like, really hard to play out of the back, which I guess is admirable, but
That's how they play.
like at any other level, I'd say keep going. But it's a Champions League knockout game, single elimination. Like, they're just falling right into Bayern's trap. They just pressed, like, as soon as there was, like, any kind of slow pass, they were just pressing, like, forcing them to one side, like, winning the ball with ease. Lewandowski, like, doing the dirty work to go win the ball. Ter Stegen, goalkeeping wise, not great. With the ball, also not great.
Yeah, that's the thing. Barcelona aren't used to playing against teams who high press them like Bayern did.
Yeah.
And they're not used to teams, or Barca's not used to setting up defensive game plans against teams in La Liga.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably focused more, I don't know, like, this is how we're going to play. Don't really worry about, like, the defensive game. Like the one goal where Roberto took, like, a heavy first touch and lost the ball.
There's so many goals
The Perisic goal, remember you were like, really like Perisic's touch?
Oh, yeah.
That goal, like,
Great
they
touch.
got high pressed. Like, Roberto's probably never been high pressed like that all season, that high up the field. So,
I mean, if you look at the way Barcelona lined up, my theory is that they try to stack the midfield to let who started on the other side. So it was Suarez, Messi, left winger. No, Suarez and Messi up top. So what Messi would do, he'd drift wide right, and then, like, stay cutting in, and then Semedo would get up the field. And on the left, it would be more balanced. So it would be Vidal kind of as, like, a left midfielder, and Jordi Alba would kind of overlap, but it would be, like, more balanced. But Messi just kind of free roams in that, like, right wing to, like, attacking mid area, and Semedo would bomb up the field. So they try and stack the midfield with De Jong, Busquets, Roberto, and then Vidal plays, like, kind of like a naturally as a center mid as well. But I don't see it in Sergio Roberto. I don't think he's that good at all. Like, yeah, maybe on a regular La Liga day he can keep the ball for your team, but
yeah, maybe they just thought he could do, like, a job there or something.
But it's like, come on, you're Barcelona, you're rolling out Sergio Roberto in a must-win game.
I think they kept Roberto and Vidal in the lineup because they thought, like, Alba and Semedo would get really high up the field.
Yeah,
but they didn't get as high up the field as they probably wanted.
And I mean, Busquets, like, he's going to dominate most games, but in a game you can't play the Busquets speed. he's going to get pressed. And, like, if you're sending 2 guys at Busquets before he realizes what's behind him, then you know what's going to happen. Vidal, you're Barcelona and you're playing Vidal as an outside midfielder. It's like, come on. Like, you're Barcelona. You're not, like Vidal's past his prime. I don't know. It just kind of blows my mind. And then
they just have a weird assembly.
You expect a different. No, you don't expect to lose 8-2, but you expect to compete with Bayern with that lineup. It's like, come on. Other than Messi going nuts for 1 to 2 times a game, like that lineup was never going to do anything. I mean, I don't know how you feel about Semedo. He's all right. So I never really liked him.
I wanted to talk about my take on Semedo.
Okay.
So I don't know how old he is. What is he? Maybe early 20s.
Let me look it up. He's got to be older than
that. I think he sucks at defending. He's horrible at defending. But I think his pace is what you need in a modern fullback. And
he's 26.
26? All right. So I thought he was younger. 26, he might have to go then. But I feel like on another team, a lower team, maybe he's like really good because he can get up and down. His defending is not good, but I like his attacking. Like he had that one pass to Suarez. Suarez tried chipping on Neuer, but Neuer saved it. Like he's good going forward, so I don't think Semedo's that bad. His defending is just not good. And
I like Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba's the man.
Jordi Alba was probably their best attacker other than Suarez.
Yeah.
Like, because he would make runs to stretch the field. This is what Barcelona cannot do.
He got one of the assists, right?
Yeah, he passed it to Suarez. And he was involved in the first goal, too.
Yeah. Barcelona, like, they make the field so small sometimes. It's weird because their possession style is different. We'll get into it with Man City, but Man City with Guardiola is all about, like, maximizing the space on the field. Barcelona's like, we're just here and we're just going to pass. They don't look to stretch the field vertically, horizontally. They're just like, we're just going to play through you. And it doesn't work against a machine like Bayern Munich. And then, I mean, Langley, my French isn't too good.
Your German's better.
So I'm a Bayern Munich guy. I always liked him. I think he's good with the ball. Not great defensively, obviously, when you let in 8 goals. PK, I think, has been terrible the past few years. He's been pretty bad. Maybe in a random La Liga game against, like, I don't know, somebody that I don't watch too much, he's pretty solid. But here's my take. A few months ago, I read an article saying that he's married to Shakira, and they do, like, a bunch of, like, business stuff together.
His hips don't lie.
Yeah. And he said he's so busy with that he wants to work on, like, his side passion, and he only gets 4 hours of sleep. And ever since I read that, I started watching him a little closer, and he's been awful. He's been terrible. So, yeah, you're going to suck when you get 4 hours of sleep, but come on, dude. It's time, like, that team's not world class. Look at Bayern's lineup and look at Barca's lineup. Who in that Barca team can get into Bayern's lineup? I will say, I love Frankie de Jong. He was okay with the ball, defensively not good, but he's also he got grilled for whatever goal it was where Alphonso Davies burned Semedo and crossed it. Yeah, de Jong should have tracked his runner, but Alphonso Davies is crossing it from the edge of the end line in the 6-yard box. How deep are you going to go? That's a long way to track a runner. Like, you're probably going to score anyway. So, yeah, he could do more of the dirty work, but, you know, maybe I'm just a de Jong fanboy.
So, you said what players would get into the Bayern team?
Yeah. Not Suarez.
Not Suarez. Messi.
Okay, Messi.
For, like, Perisic.
Not Busquets. Not Vidal. Not Roberto.
Not De Jong.
De Jong. I mean, maybe on his day, De Jong would.
De Jong Naru.
Goretzka?
Nah. Goretzka's like...
Maybe.
Always scores.
All right, maybe. I'm sure they would love to have De Jong. Who else? So Davies is better than Alba.
Nobody on the defense.
Yeah, the 2 center backs, David Alba and Jerome Boateng.
Maybe Langley over Boateng.
I like Langley, but he's not better than Boateng. And Langley's like good with his left. Boateng's been playing on the right. And then Kimmich, better than Semedo. Now, you can put Kimmich in the midfield and what's his name? The French guy. Hernandez.
Hernandez plays left back.
What is
Pavard.
that guy? Pavard. They're basically the same guy. They're literally the same guy.
Ardiozola, whatever his name is.
I don't know much
He
about him.
came from Madrid.
Pavard is better than Semedo as well, I would think. So that team is just ridiculous. And then I don't know much about goalkeepers to determine Ter Stegen or Neuer, but that Bayern team is just better than everybody across the board. So
Probably over any team in the world,
that team's so good.
except a few players.
Later today, I'm going to go back and at least rewatch the first half of Barca and Bayern.
Do you think
I want to break down that press.
Do you think Messi should just got the ball and just tried to create more with it?
He kind of mopes and whines sometimes. I feel like he just walks around. At some point, go get the ball off of Sergio Roberto. Just take the ball from your own teammate and say, I'm going to dribble.
They don't have comfortable enough possession to do that.
Yeah. And if
pressure.
the whole thing is working the ball out methodically, Bayern took that away with ease. And it's just they score a goal, Barca passes it back, here comes Bayern just sprinting forward again. That's crazy. I'm gonna actually on my YouTube channel, so not the podcast YouTube channel, my personal YouTube channel, I made a Michael Bradley highlight video.
Can't miss it. It's a picture of his face.
Yeah. So check that out. If you just search my name on YouTube, you'll find my channel. I think I'm gonna make a tactical breakdown video on Bayern's press in the
Do a
first half.
voiceover?
I might.
Do it.
Yeah. Hopefully it gets some views or something. Because I think that'd be cool. I was interested to go watch it. And they play a typical they're not playing these stupid 3-4-3 formations or whatever. It's literally 4-2-3-1. Every team in the world plays that, especially at the youth level. So anyone can learn from Bayern.
Keep it simple. So before we move on, what do you think's next for Barcelona?
Well, Messi, people are saying he's gonna leave. He's not gonna leave. Where's he gonna go? PSG.
He said if he leaves, he'd go back to his club back in Argentina.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. Can you imagine us just watching the Argentinian league?
He's gonna come to the Union. That'd be some
Inter
crazy
Miami
stuff. But you think they should get rid of the older players, move on from
I think
Busquets and
we were
Piqué?
talking about Busquets and Piqué, definitely good enough to play some La Liga games for sure. But you got to start phasing those players out a little bit quicker. You can't be relying on those guys to win you games against Bayern Munich. Watch how Bayern Munich do it. They're just revamping all the time. They're buying guys. They're integrating guys into the lineup. Goretzka. I didn't really know who he was before Bayern Munich. Maybe I was just, where did he come from? Inter Milan or something?
Goretzka?
Yeah.
No, he came from Schalke on a free.
Oh my gosh.
That's how bad Schalke is at
That's crazy. Yeah, so they're just revamping their lineup. And Barca's by Braithwaite? Come on.
Yeah, I forgot about that dude.
Yeah, and you just look at the bench, and yeah, we could talk about their failed transfers, Coutinho, Dembele. I still think they were good transfers. They're some of the best players in the world.
They should have tried to find a player to play Neymar's role, but not that doesn't mean spend the same amount of money to find that player. So they sent on Dembele, Coutinho.
Yeah.
Coutinho, they're saying it's the worst transfer in soccer history because
Coutinho's
they bought
good.
him for $140 million and loaned him to Bayern, and he scored 2 goals.
I saw because he's on loan to Bayern, Coutinho. If Bayern win the Champions League, Barca has to pay his winner's bonus, so they have to pay Coutinho $5 million.
Oh my god, that is the worst transfer ever. It's crazy.
But it's just look at these guys. Griezmann, what is he going to do for Barcelona? If he makes the next logical step, but I didn't like that transfer when it happened. So maybe I'm
he
just
hasn't had a really bad season. He's had a decent season, but
it's just they just bug me out. You could hate Real Madrid for the Eden Hazard. He might be a flop, but it's Hazard. He was really good in the Premier League. Coutinho was really good in the Premier League. Dembele was really good in Bundesliga. So you can't hate those transfers. People blaming those transfers on why they're not as good right now. That's not really the problem.
they force them now. They force the transfers.
Yeah, I don't know. And there's rumors that Neymar is going to leave this season after the year. Is he going back to Barcelona? There's no other team he would go to.
Go to Barca, and Mbappe might go to Madrid.
That'd actually be sweet.
Crazy.
That'd be awesome. But is that enough from?
Yeah.
All right. So last game.
Move on to Man City versus Lyon. That game was wild.
Oh, by the way, I know there's a lot of people with Barca hot takes, so let us know if you disagree or you agree, whatever, because I know there's a lot of people who are like diehard Barcelona fans or Messi fans or something, so I'm curious to hear that take too.
Yep.
So, Man City lose 3-1 to Lyon. 2 French teams in the semifinals. Oh, what do you think?
I think it's what everybody says. Pep over coaches for big games.
Yeah.
And it's pretty obvious. Like, look at the lineup. I even got
think
the
it's in
lineup pulled up on my laptop here. Why is he playing a 3-4-2-1? It looks like on how the
They voted Mendy as a center back?
Oh,
Or not, I mean Fernandinho.
Yeah, Fernandinho. They played 3 center backs. They had Walker and Cancelo out wide. They had Rodri, Gundogan, and De Bruyne would kind of float.
Mm-hmm.
Then Sterling and Jesus up top.
Which, I don't mind that front three. Well, so here's my take. Just kind of want to get into it. I don't like Gabriel Jesus. I don't really think he's good. Like, if you have Aguero, then Jesus is a good number 2. But as a number 1 for Manchester City, what do you think? I don't like Jesus.
No, he's just kind of the guy that fills in when Aguero's hurt.
Yeah,
and that's
he's
every
okay.
season. So
Yeah.
they gotta figure something else out at
I
striker.
mean, Aguero's pretty old, but he's been doing it. Like, you don't realize how good Aguero is.
He does it when he
it's
plays.
clockwork. It's just like, yep, I play, score a goal, score 2 goals against a bad team, like, go home. It's just good for him. I say it all the time. I don't like playing 3 center backs. I think they were scared of Lyon's 2 forwards and the counterattack, so maybe that's why. But they're trying to get the ball on Fernandinho's right foot, Laporte's left foot to like break lines or whatever. But you have on the left side, it seemed like Cancelo would stay wide as like a wing back. On the right side, Walker would like tuck in and play as basically like a right defensive mid sometimes when they have the ball.
I would say they both stayed pretty wide.
No, dude, watch.
Not this game. I don't think Walker.
No, dude.
Remember early in the game we were like, wow, Walker's playing like really high and wide.
Yeah, but watch. Maybe it was just later in the game. Then he would like tuck into that space, and then De Bruyne or whoever, or maybe when Mahrez came in, would just stay wide on the right. But the ball just flows through Kyle Walker and these guys so much. It's like it was so like the same pace. And maybe it's good when you're dominating teams, but you know you get punched in the mouth by Lyon, you got to pick up the pace.
Yeah.
And I think they were too casual. Defending-wise, was garbage. I love Kyle Walker, but on that first goal, he didn't track back at all. Trying to think of it.
You think the first goal was his fault? He was up the field pressing.
Yeah, but
sure.
watch, he stopped. They thought it was offsides. He stops.
That was Laporte. Laporte didn't follow the man.
Yes, but watch when Garcia comes back, makes like a nice play to poke the ball out. If Kyle Walker would have just kept running, he would have been there to clear the ball.
Someone should have been there. So
yeah, it's just. And I know Pep is drilling the right things into these guys, but you know sometimes it's just not your day. You're clearly the better team, like with the ball, like more talented, keep the ball. But
so, what I think is why is Pep drastically changing his tactics for a team like Lyon, which are a good team, but he plays teams like that in the Premier League every week, and he plays.
Lyon.
He always plays that 4-3-3 every week in the Premier League. Why does he switch it up for Lyon?
Yeah, he overcoaches every big game. It's kind of annoying. I never really liked Laporte because I thought he was really bad against Liverpool in the Champions League in 2018, and I thought he kind of screwed that game up when City had a real chance to win the Champions League that year. And then I started to turn on him. I was like, yeah, he's one of the best center backs in the world. And then he has a game like this. And it's like,
I don't know if he's
a 4-3-3 I think allows him to get more players into the game. Like, just start Mahrez. Like, why are you not starting Mahrez?
Or Foden or something.
Fernandinho with the ball. He's not that he's bad. It's just, that's what you want. You end up moving the ball around your back three like a ton.
They did that so much in the first half.
And then Rodri, like, I like Gundogan, but Rodri and Gundogan, they're playing at the same pace all the time. And then when you get down, you got to be able to like turn it on. Like Bayern, if they go down, you know they're just zipping the ball across because they probably do it in training. It's like the same thing over and like it kind of drives me nuts. Like we were watching that, and it's just this City's trying to do the same thing. And then when you get into a rhythm as a defense, like shifting, stepping, whatever, it's probably easy for Lyon because they're not trying to play like penetrating passes.
The thing is, like when you're playing a team like Leon, like they're gonna sit back. They try to sit back. Like you're gonna have possession of the ball. So why do you need 3 center backs, Rodri, Gundogan? Like why do you need all 5 of those players out there?
Yeah, my thinking was maybe they 3 center backs to mark the 2 attackers. Gundogan and Rodri were like 2 defensive mids that would keep the ball in front of Leon's 2 attackers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So basically, you get it from your back 3, you go past Leon's front 2, and then you're working between Rodri and Gundogan. Lets De Bruyne kind of get wide, and Walker kind of does his thing. But Sterling is very wasteful. I mean, he missed the sitter to make it 2-2. He always misses a good chance. He's good. He gets in those positions all the time. He misses so many easy goals or easy assists.
I don't get the second goal. I feel like it should have been a foul. Like, he stepped on Laporte's heel.
I'm trying to think.
When he's running through. It was Dembele.
Oh, yeah, they said
First
they
goal.
thought he tripped him or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get a good enough look. I feel like the broadcast didn't give good enough replays.
You said afterwards, you're like, why did we only see one
Yeah.
replay of that goal?
Yeah, I was looking at the offside line, I think, on the first goal, and I didn't see the good. But I thought the broadcasts were pretty good. I like on the CBS All Access, Micah Richards was a beast back in FIFA, back in the day. Carragher, who else?
Roberto Martinez.
Yeah, that was like some good insight. That's like almost as good as me and Chad being on the broadcast.
Yeah. And we're almost as good as the NBCs.
Yeah,
NBC guys.
we're better than those guys.
Nah, dude, those guys are untouchable.
Dude, I think it'd be
The
fun
2 Robbies.
if people wanted to. I think it'd be fun to do like a Instagram live, like a TikTok live, and like we watch the game as like commentators, and people tune in.
Yeah, we could do that for the semifinals.
I don't think I'll be able to watch.
Why?
Does it come on Tuesday and Wednesday at 3? I have coaching, so I'll probably just rewatch them. Maybe we could do that.
Yeah.
If you're free at like
later.
midnight on like Wednesday night.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Lyon and Bayern. What's the score?
The score? See, I don't know. Bayern's going to win, obviously. But I don't know the score. I don't know if it's going to be a close game or
I'm thinking like 4-0.
No.
A close 4-0. Really close 4-0.
I think Lyon will make... I think it'll be like 2-0 Bayern.
I think it's going to be like 2-0 most of the game, and they break it open.
Dude, Lyon's not going to play like Barcelona. They're going to...
Yeah, dude, Bayern played that way against
Lyon-
every team in the
Lyon's going to make
Bundesliga.
it hard for Bayern. They're going to sit back, and they're just going to try and use their pace up top.
So does every good team in Bundesliga they do that against.
Yeah,
So
but
they-
Lyon's a little bit better than the average Bundesliga team.
I mean, they finished 7th in the
But they are in the semifinals.
League One.
They just beat Man City, so
Yeah.
let's relax.
I don't know. I'm pretty excited. It does stink that I'm not going to be able to watch it live, but final should be electric. What day is the final? Please tell me it's.
I think it's next Sunday or Saturday. While you're at it, look up what day the semifinals are, too.
So Sunday, the 23rd, is the final at 3 p.m. What'd you say, the semifinals?
Yeah, it was the semifinals.
Should be Tuesday and Wednesday. Yeah, Tuesday is Leipzig-Paris. Wednesday is Lyon-Bayern.
3 o'clock.
Good thing CBS All Access has that, like, watch playback feature.
I don't think I'm
That's
going
awesome.
to be able to see the Tuesday one.
It's clutch, yeah.
But
All right, so right now, if you had to predict, hopefully it comes true. We'll see who's right. I'm going to say Bayern over PSG in the final, 2-1.
Bayern win 3-0 in the final against PSG.
Ooh. All right. I mean, just look at the quality, like, with some of these teams. Like, the Bayern-Barca game. Almost every one of those players has been in, like, a World Cup semifinal. At least a quarterfinal. Like, there's so much quality.
True. Yeah.
And then Alphonso Davies, like, gosh, I wish that guy was American. If he was American, it would solve so many problems for us.
This is the position we need.
Literally. Instead of Chris Gloucester, I could have had Alphonso Davies. Now I just need Chris Gloucester to be the next Alphonso Davies.
Yeah.
His development's actually crazy. He's gotten so good at just dribbling and spatial awareness. Like, he can go up the field and it just has the speed to recover.
All right, so we can move on to some American transfer news.
Mm.
Just a few little things. Antonee Robinson, the player I drafted,
Shaky.
linked to a move to Sheffield United.
It's not linked. I'm pretty sure it's official, right?
It's official?
I thought it was official.
I haven't seen him, Sheffield United, post anything about it. But I heard it's really close.
When I saw it, it seemed like it was official. Antonee Robinson, Everton, Fulham joined Sheffield race. Oh, maybe not.
Not yet.
Fulham to offer Antonee Robinson $50K a week. $50K pounds.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. That'd be cool.
Be a good fit, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. That guy Stevens that they have has played every game at left wing back. And he's
Maybe they
30.
want some depth.
So yeah, it's
He's
great
old.
if he gets games every now and then, but he needs games, I think.
He's young, though, and he's going to a Premier League team. Like a middle-of-the-table Premier League, that's solid.
I guess, yeah, as long as he doesn't end up like Yedlin. So Yedlin's path was weird. He went to Tottenham. He had a great World Cup. Speedy, whatever, went to Tottenham. Clearly wasn't going to be used at Tottenham. Loaned to Newcastle. Newcastle ended up just buying him. And he would start every now and then and like kind of solidified his spot as a starter. Is now falling back out. So, but a team like Sheffield, at least they're like progressive and they're not just sitting behind the ball all the time. So that I think in that case it'd be good for him.
The only reason why Yedlin's at Newcastle is because he was at Tottenham. And he was at Tottenham because he's American and did good in a World Cup.
Yeah, fast. I mean, he did play really good in that World Cup. Played winger a lot too.
Mm-hmm. Another one is Weston McKennie to Hertha Berlin for $25 million.
Is that the one that got called off, or
I don't know. I think
one of them was like
these are just rumors.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Like,
What's the?
I don't see a mid-table Bundesliga team paying $25 million for Weston McKennie. That just seems kind of crazy.
From him going to Schalke to Hertha is not up or down.
Just linear.
Yeah.
So where are they getting the $25 million? If you're spending $25 million, why on Weston McKennie?
Yeah.
Can they? Maybe they think they could just flip him in 2 years for more.
Probably.
As like a stepping stone to a, like people say, a Liverpool or a.
Yeah, but I can't see Weston McKennie ever being worth more than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
If you're buying a player at the peak of his value because he's young, I don't see him developing. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't see him developing any more than that.
So do you want him to stay in the Bundesliga or move to like the Premier League or something?
Either, really. Honestly, I think it'd be awesome if he went to La Liga because it's so technical in La Liga. He'd have to learn like a whole new like. It's literally like
He'd be out of place.
Yo, for sure. It would be like taking like Javi and putting him in like Division 1 soccer, but like reverse with the roles.
Xavi, putting him in Division 1 soccer. Imagine. And then the other one was Serginho Dest to Juventus.
That'd be cool. I think it's important that Pirlo gets the job as manager, and he's immediately linked with Dest. So maybe Pirlo wants him.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. But they don't have a whole lot of outside back depth. I think it's just
Juventus?
they got Danilo, and they got Juan Cuadrado, who's not even a right back.
Yeah.
For most of his career. Maybe a few other guys, but
I actually heard Semedo was going to go to Juventus. I heard that before.
interesting.
It's really not that interesting.
No, it wasn't that interesting, but I didn't really know what else to say. All right, so everyone probably knows that Andrea Pirlo is taking over at Juventus,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty cool. I'm excited for that because Sarri got sacked.
Pirlo ball.
Which had us thinking, with so many former players now becoming head coaches, like great former players, like some of the best
Legends.
players like that ever played are now becoming coaches. Do the best players make the best coaches? So, Andrea Pirlo is coaching Juventus, Frank Lampard, Chelsea, Arteta, Arsenal, Zidane, Madrid. Pep played Pep's a little older, I guess.
When you think about it, most managers are former players. They might not be all-time greats. So I don't know. Like, there's a lot of players that probably are just good, that aren't too, like, they don't pay much attention to detail. So they're probably the ones that aren't good managers. Like, Messi's crazy smart, but I don't see him as like a manager. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like at a lower level, like a guy who's really good at high school soccer, he could just dribble around people, score goals. I don't see him as a good coach because he just kind of had the ability to do that. Now, someone like, I'm going to say me just as an example, I couldn't really dribble around guys. I always like studied the game or tried to pick out the right pass. Was kind of clunky, not too comfortable with the ball, but like I knew the game enough, and it kind of forced me to see the game in a different way. Very like detail oriented. Like I always knew what the coach was talking about, or tried to listen, learn. Like players like that.
So you had to learn to play the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you weren't like just dribbling through people.
Yeah,
even though
like to compete, I had to think the game at a higher level than other guys. So maybe that's where players do, like Pirlo. Like, yeah, he's got great technique, but I'm sure he knew exactly like what spots he could find the ball, where to find his teammates in those spots. So maybe.
Imagine if they bring in that one dude that looks like Pirlo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should bring in Michael Bradley.
Ooh,
He's the American Pirlo.
that video that you made was a flop.
No, it has 14 views right now. Just wait till it blows up.
You need to post it to Twitter as a Twitter video.
I'll do that. But then I got to download the whole video again.
Big whoop. Anyway, do the best players make the best coaches? Here's my thoughts. Yes and no.
Wow, that's a great answer, man.
Well, give me a sec. Yes, because they can control the locker room. Like, think about it. You're going into you're in Juventus' locker room. You're coached by Sarri. You're like, this guy, I don't know if he played or whatever. So I
don't think he really played.
But it's just like, okay, he's our manager. But now you see Pirlo come in. It's like one of the all-time greats. Like, you have like a ton of respect for a guy like this, who's already won it, basically everything. I don't know if he's won a Champions League.
I don't think with Milan maybe.
He's won a World Cup, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think he
So,
did.
you know what I mean? However, like what you said, some players can be good but not be able to communicate what they're thinking. You know,
because there's different skills, and I guess at the higher level coaching, you got the tactics in like specific games. You have the team philosophy in terms of like the Guardiola at his best. Like, my team's going to play out of the back, and we're going to be so good at it. Like, you could not coach that Man City team, and they'll probably still play that same way. So you have the individual tactics, individual game tactics. You have the team philosophy as a whole. You have like the culture and that kind of stuff, which you don't hear much about in soccer. I feel like you hear more about it in like basketball or football or something.
Yeah.
And then you have like the communication, the man management kind of stuff.
No, the culture thing definitely makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, you just don't hear, like, at least in America, from the European teams. Maybe just because everyone's different nationalities, you just don't hear about it much.
Yeah, for example, like Lampard probably knows the culture at Chelsea.
Yeah.
He played there basically his whole career.
Yeah.
So he probably, like, when he goes back, he wants to.
It's for Lampard. Oh, sorry.
What Barcelona might do with Xavi, like bring him back to like reestablish the culture and stuff.
Yeah, with Lampard, it seems like the culture he set from the beginning was like, we're working hard, we're high pressing, and we're going to fight for his spot. Like, he forces Pulisic to earn his spot. Even though he does, I think, pick favorites, but I think he kind of forced them to earn that spot. Lampard, I still don't know if he's a good manager, man. Like, when they play like the 4-3-3 or 4-1-4-1, whatever, they look great. When they play this like 3-4-3 type thing, it's so hit or miss. Maybe I just don't like it, so I'm kind of biased. But
I think you're just biased because you don't like that formation.
Yeah, I don't know, but he at least like has like some sort of system. So guys like that. What do you think for the next Barca manager?
Next Barca manager. I can't say his last name. Mauricio
Pochettino?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate saying his last name. It's a tongue twister.
Yeah,
but
he played for Bielsa at one point.
He should be the manager.
There was a few.
Xavi says he doesn't want to be the manager. I'm pretty sure because it's I don't know, like the Barca elections or something.
There's a lot of political stuff that goes into it. Oh, I heard Ronald Koeman.
Yeah, he coaches the Netherlands right now.
Yeah. I heard he's good with the youth too, so that's important. It's got to be somebody that could at least manage the youth. So literally, if you I looked up one article about potential hires: Xavi, Ronald Koeman, Mauricio Pochettino, Marcelo Bielsa. That'd be ridiculous. Who else do they have on here? Other names to watch. Marcelo Garcia Toral.
Oh, I like the Ajax coach.
The Ajax coach, Eric Ten Tag. Is that how you say his name?
Eric Ten Hag or something.
Yeah. They have Nagelsmann on there, which is great, but there's no way. He's all pressing. There's no way they hire Nagelsmann. But it's interesting. Something to keep an eye out for.
Because they sacked them.
I feel like they would want somebody that Javi's different and Koeman's different because Koeman, like the Dutch and the Barcelona are kind of like intertwined with the Cruyff connection. But I feel like they want someone that's not going to be too like ahead of the club. You know what I mean? If they hired like Bielsa, like yeah, he's like possession oriented, high pressing, whatever. But I feel like he's too much of a figure and like too different from what they've had. So I don't think.
But they were the best under Pep, and Pep was
but he was Barcelona.
So,
but he played that style. I feel like with Bielsa, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not even making sense. I don't know.
So who do you think? If you had to pick one,
it sounds like it's gonna be Koeman.
Former Everton manager.
Really?
Yeah.
What year?
I don't know. He might have been there for a season.
The Everton really cycle through managers.
Oh yeah, they do. Now we have Ancelotti.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe he'll get fired.
Even Everton gets mentioned in the Champions League podcast. Okay.
What else we have?
That's it.
Cool. I mean, this is, Champions League going on, so we want to talk about Champions League and some of our thoughts. And look for some of this stuff. I mean, when we talk about Bayern Munich, watch for Serge Gnabry staying wide and driving at somebody, or Lewandowski's link-up play, or Mueller finding space between the lines. Just watch how fast they move the ball, and they have they know what they want to do with it every time they're a machine. And Leipzig, just watch them. They'll try and press. They'll do whatever they do. So it'd be interesting. I'm excited.
And keep an eye out for on RB Leipzig. His name's Christopher Nkunku. We're boys on Snapchat. We're Snapchat friends, and we Snapchat. I'm being serious.
Did you Snapchat him after the game?
Yeah, he didn't open it yet.
Oh man, it's
been
pending
a day.
or?
It's been a day. No, it's not pending.
Oh, so it delivered?
Yeah, it delivered.
He probably just hasn't checked social media.
Yeah. He's staying low right now, I guess, because he's in the semifinals.
He's good. People say he's gonna get a move soon.
He had the third most assists in the Bundesliga.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so we're boys, basically.
So is that it? I mean,
that's it, unless you got anything.
No, that was it. I mean, we probably talked longer than I thought we would about these games, but you can go off about Barcelona and stuff. You just got to keep talking. Keep, reviews on Apple Podcasts, like the video on YouTube. All that stuff helps. So that'd be great. Probably trying to come out with some more interactive stuff. I think last week we talked about maybe some kind of system where we assign a U.S. youth player, and then we kind of track their progress, and that way, if someone listens to the podcast, they kind of contribute. Be cool, maybe make Google Sheets. Today, Gio Reyna was playing in a friendly for Dortmund, and he scored. He scored earlier in the week too, so that'd be something cool. And then you just write in notes after every game.
Yep,
that'd be cool.
And we'll be back with listener questions soon too.
Yeah.
Ask your questions. A lot has happened since we did that Q&A.
Yeah.
So ask some new questions, some good questions.
Maybe, what are we thinking? Maybe one end of the week, Friday, and then maybe one early next week to review the Champions League final?
Yeah, we could do a little preview Champions League final.
Yeah.
A short little one, and then a review right after.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe we'll wait a day or two after the Champions League and do a legit tactical breakdown to see
I might have to watch the Champions League final maybe 3-4 times.
Yeah. All right. Is that it?
That's it for me.
All right. Peace, guys.
All right. See ya.